For this and the next couple of episodes, I'd like to do a brief series on the current status of enterprise architecture, where it is at present, where it's going or needs to go, and where it frankly needs to be within about a decade from now. Now, for the present, most of it is still IT-centric. This is where most people still work, though my group started moving out of this 10 or more years ago. But most people still work in this space where it's still IT-centric, it's still dominated by TOGAF, it's dominated by the idea that the only things we need to look at are business, where business is essentially anything not IT that might affect IT, then data, applications and technology, and where the real focus is on IT infrastructure. That's where TOGAF came from, and frankly that's where it's still focused. Anything else that it tries to build on top doesn't really work because the actual structure of it is designed for IT infrastructure. But so most of the focus then is the idea of that enterprise architecture is business IT alignment. And we even see things like TOGAF as a verb. We will TOGAF your organization is what someone had said. It's not really up to the enterprise architecture needs even of the present, let alone the future. For example, most big IT, which is what those frameworks were built for, is now in cloud data centers. It's not within organizations. When we look at things like Internet of Things, the data and the application and the technology are all mixed up together. They're the same thing. When we look at things like GDPR or security, they're as much about people as they are about IT. And we have to get the balance right, where we don't over-focus on one or the other, but we essentially get the balance together. So we have enterprise architecture frameworks that are hopelessly out of date now and almost perfectly unsuited for the real needs that we're starting to face. We've also got a real risk that that kind of enterprise architecture, particularly the idea of the enterprise architecture police, is becoming completely irrelevant and very much unwanted. We have an urgent need for a rebuild and a completely new approach to how we do enterprise architecture. And that's our status at the present.